Nancy and Tom Bussan appreciate the small-town feel of a community. Growing up in the Galena area, they moved to Chicago at the beginning of their 42 years together. After their family began expanding, they decided they wanted to get back to that small-town feel for their two growing children, Sean and Renee. So, they went looking.
We just kind of took a drive out to the area in the suburbs to see which suburb that we would like to live in. And when we came across Mount Prospect, it just felt like home.
Tom and I moved to Mount Prospect in '91 and been in the same house ever since. So we love our neighborhood, love our block, love our neighbors. Everybody knows everybody and helping each other out, and I don't know, we love living there.
When we first moved in, the neighbors, 3 or 4 of them came over at the same time, welcomed us to the neighborhood, and just that gave us a warm feeling that we're welcomed. And now we want to just return the favor and show them that we love the neighborhood, we love the area. It's fantastic.
And Nancy and Tom have returned that favor of kindness many times over. They reach out to the neighbors they love in big and small ways. Whether it's keeping a neighbor in mind when shopping for PPE at Costco, or when a neighbor loses electricity, taking them into their home.
Or the elderly woman that lives across the street from us. Her tree in the back, a big chunk of it fell and knocked down her power lines.
And so she stayed with us because there was no heat until they got the line put back up again. And
we kept her over there at our house, just moved her in for 3 or 4 days, and at least she can look across the street at her own house, so she sort of felt like she was at home.
And we've cared for her ever since, after her husband passed away, and it was like our mother that we just took care of, and we adopted her. We loved her.
As a longtime custom cabinet maker for local company Parenti and Raffaelli, Tom was uniquely suited to lend a hand with the Mount Prospect Mini Library mission and fellow shining star Joey Carbone.
Actually, Nancy started with them and said that if I wanted to take a look at some of the little libraries that they were building.
Tom would be cutting up pieces, almost like making a gingerbread house where you get the kits, the parts and stuff.
Then from there on, our company at Parenti was donating all the wood.
And so that just helped Joey progress with the library mission so much quicker.
And it's just like rewarding to see the people that we give them to, how they're so appreciated that what we've done with the libraries, and it just makes me feel good to help.
Helping comes naturally for the Bussans, and they attribute that ease in giving to their small-town roots.
It's just the way I was brought up. Tom and I both grew up out by Galena, so it's a small town thing where everybody takes care of everybody, and if anybody's down on their luck or something happens, everybody chips in to help.
I like helping people, not to expect anything back. I love helping people so that maybe it'll pass on and they'll like what I do and they'll do the same thing later on in their years.
Nancy and Tom plan on staying put, having found their little piece of small town right here in Mount Prospect.
Oh, we love Mount Prospect for sure. It's sort of like in between the small town thing that we grew up with and the city where we lived for a while. That's what we love, Mount Prospect. Kids keep wanting us to move up by then, but we just, nah, not yet. No, maybe someday we'll retire, maybe we will, but for now we just love where we are.